Good afternoon, welcome to In the City Live. It's a noisy stadium already here this afternoon at Cardiff City Stadium, but it's going to be even noisier in about an hour's time because we're expecting, well, easily the biggest attendance we've seen this season and for quite some time. My guest this afternoon, though, and to start on a negative, you can see him coughing already, is Matthew Connolly, and unfortunately he succumbed to a virus, so isn't included in the matchday squad today. How's things, Matthew?
I'm getting better by the day, actually. It happened last weekend, so it's kind of towards the end of it now. I'm obviously really disappointed not to be involved today, but we've got a strong bench, a strong squad, and I'm sure we'll be okay.
As you said, trying to find the positives of it. We've got a man who's been sat on the bench for a couple of weeks waiting for his opportunity to get back in the first team, and that's Sean Morrison. And talk about football being a squad game, it's a perfect substitute to have to come in.
Yeah, he's been chomping at the bit to get back in, and he's a fantastic player. I'm a big fan of his, so he's a leader as well. He'll help the boys, and playing with Bruno, them two will be fine, I'm sure.
Huge game this afternoon. Wasn't the case for yourself last year, but it was a strange end to the season for Cardiff City. We're not used to having the closing months of the season mean very little. Of course, you at that point were sealing promotion with Watford again, the promotion specialist you are. But just around the camp, what's the energy been like these last couple of weeks now that we've got ourselves in the chance of reaching the playoff spots?
Yeah, we're excited. The boys are a really close group. We're all get on really well. And it's just about winning as many games as possible. I mean, you can sugarcoat it as much as you like, but we know we've got to win more games than the others, so we've got to target a win in every game. I don't think there's much use in sitting back and hoping for points here and there. I think we've got to go out and attack and win games.
You said you've been in several promotion situations before. What's the ideal situation? Is it this? Is it the chase? Or is it being in the playoffs and trying to hang on to that spot?
It's a tough one. Most of the time I've normally been in there, and well, actually every time I've been in there, and people are chasing after us. So yeah, I'm used to being the chase, but I enjoy the chase as well. So it's been a difficult season at times. We've lost some players and we've had the embargo, but it's all brought us close together. And all season we've been fighting for this, and we're closing in on it now.
And you're a player who's played in this stadium when it's been packed and rocking, and we're expecting in excess of 25,000. All areas of the ground are going to be open today. Read into that what you want. How much of a lift is that going to give the players this afternoon?
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't really expect that, to be honest, but fair play to the fans for coming and getting behind us. And it'll help the boys no end. I mean, I think the turning point was against Leeds, although we lost. Everyone saw how much effort we gave, and the fans gave us a hell of a reception afterwards. So we all talked about that then and how much it lifted us. So hopefully we can do that again today, get them cheering, and they'll keep coming after that.
You've heard it from a Cardiff City squad member himself. Unfortunately not involved this afternoon due to an illness. Sean Morrison will step in and play centre half, but as I said, you've heard it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak there. The difference you can make as a Cardiff City fan in attendance here at Cardiff City Stadium, the energy that you can provide to this team. If you're not thinking of coming down, why not? There's going to be several thousand extra than we've seen so far this season. You've still got time, an hour until kick-off. Please come down if you're not. If you are staying at home, thank you for joining us on In the City Live. Thank you for watching as ever. What we're going to do now is show you the starting lineup for this afternoon's game. I said Matthew Connolly not involved. These are the 11 players, though, that will start this afternoon's crunch match against playoff rivals Derby County here at Cardiff City Stadium. Stick around, we'll come back. We're going to hear from Russell Slade himself. He's going to talk a bit about Derby and about why he's picked the team that he has. I'm sure Matthew's going to get a mention in that. And then if you stick around a little bit further, we're going to show you some of the Cardiff team warming up this afternoon on what is looking like a beautiful spring day in the Welsh capital. Hopefully that transcends itself into a really positive Cardiff performance. Russell, I imagine these are the games that football players and managers live for.
Yeah, these are the things you look forward to. It's what it's about, isn't it? Big game, big crowd, Need to play with a big heart today as well. Ensure we get the 3 points.
And, we talk right through the season about keeping yourself in contention heading into the closing weeks of the season. That's exactly how it's transformed. And you know, we've got a chance of getting in the playoffs now.
No, sure. Look, it's important also that we keep our chances alive after today as well. Needs to go on right to the end of the season to ensure we get one of those slots. But today is huge, obviously, for both teams, and you know, we hope that we can deliver sort of performance that deserves to win a football match, and deliver a performance that, you know, that we can all be proud of.
And in helping that, we've had a tough winter weather-wise here at Cardiff City Stadium, but the clocks have gone back, and the pitch and the conditions are perfect out there this afternoon.
Yeah. The pitch is as good as it could possibly be at this stage of the season, really. So there's no excuses there. You know, two good teams that will be going for it, I'm sure. You know, Derby are in a slightly better position than ourselves, but certainly, you know, if we can take the win today, we'll put them under enormous pressure. And
in terms of the team you've picked, one player recovers from illness, another unfortunately drops out.
Yes, that's the way it is sometimes, isn't it? And we're delighted that David Marshall has made a recovery and he's back in. But unfortunately, Matt Connolly's had a virus, and he's unable to start today. He's not even on the bench. So unfortunate for Matt, who's played something like 38 games, I believe, already this season. So he's disappointed with that, but it's just the way it's dropped for him. Fabio's had the virus as well, but he has at least made the bench. He did train with us, you know, on Friday, so he's been given the all clear.
And with hindsight, did the international break come at a good time or a slightly frustrating time for yourselves?
Well, we shall have to wait and see, that's for sure. Look, when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's near there, and you've got some momentum, which we have, I think, in terms of you know, performance. I think we're 4th in the table over the last 10 games. So that gives you an indication that we have got some momentum with us, and you don't want to lose that. And, you know, if we can get a win today, regain it very quickly, we'll look forward to the last 7 games.
And finally, for me, talking about momentum, we've touched on it, but all areas of the ground will be open out there this afternoon. That's going to be a different experience for some of these Cardiff players to play in, you know, not quite maybe a packed house, but a certainly very full house.
Yeah, no. Look, I think the club and the fans have done a great job between them, and Ken and his team and people at the stadium have done fantastic work in gathering up the support and increasing, you know, the atmosphere for the players and myself and the whole game today. You know, lots of initiatives going on that have been very, very positive, been received in a very positive way, and in the end, that looks like we're going to get a bumper crowd today. Certainly the best gate of the season, and who knows, could even break records today.
And in terms of, you know, talking about fine margins in football that sometimes sway it one way or another, the energy from that crowd could be crucial, couldn't it?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I've always said that. You know, you can provide the extra man sometimes and just get you over the line, because it's such a grueling season that you know, you just need that little bit of backing from time to time, and if we get that today, who knows, that could make the difference, and it'll be a fabulous day for everybody.
Thank you very much. All the best. Derby's 1-0 win over bitter rivals Nottingham Forest last time out sent the club into the international break on something of a high and consolidated their position in 5th place in the Championship table, giving themselves a 5-point lead over ourselves heading into this Saturday's clash. The result also marked a 3rd consecutive home win and a 2nd consecutive 7-point month, after a poor January had threatened to derail the Rams' promotion push. That said, they also surrendered a 3-0 lead with just 7 minutes remaining at Rotherham recently in an incredible turn of events, and head into the final 8 crunch time matches with the rookie head coach at the helm following Paul Clement's February dismissal. They have reached out to Harry Redknapp though to inject some promotion experience into the leadership, and ironically it was Redknapp's Queen's Park Rangers who beat Derby in the Championship playoff final 2 seasons ago and begun the current Derby promotion narrative that is currently unfolding. Whilst the squad as a whole is as deep as imaginable for a Championship club to possess, it's the central midfield area that Derby have the most obvious wealth of talent. Craig Bryson, Jacob Butterfield, Jeff Hendrick, George Thorne and Bradley Johnson, a £5 million summer recruit from Norwich, are all competing for a maximum of 3 starting spots, whilst Will Hughes' impending return from injury only further muddies the talent pool. Further forward, and despite the plethora of attacking options, it's again Chris Martin who has shouldered much of the goal-scoring burden this season.
netting 13 championship goals, and adding to the 18 and 20 he's netted in the last 2 seasons respectively, to complete a run of double-digit goals for 3 seasons consecutively for the first time in his career. Tom Ince has similarly reached double digits with 10 goals for the season, and to go with the 11 in just 18 games that he netted on loan for the Rams at the tail end of last season. However, the high-profile and expensively assembled trio of Darren Bent, Nick Blackman and Andres Weimann have just 4 goals between them. Defensively, Derby's record of just 35 goals conceded from 38 matches is bettered by only Hull, Middlesbrough and Burnley at this level, while only the former 2 can top the Rams' clean sheet return of 17. Largely that's down to centre-half pairing Richard Keogh and Jason Shackell. Ironically, the former was originally signed back in 2012 to replace the departing Shackell, who rejoined the club back in the summer following a 3-year stint at Burnley. Head-to-head is advantage Derby, entering the contest undefeated in their last 5 meetings and off the back of 2 straight wins between the 2 clubs. This season's reverse fixture ended in a comfortable 2-0 win for the Rams, with second-half goals from George Thorne and Andres Weimann, and they also won last season's meeting at Cardiff City Stadium by the same scoreline. That actually ended a 7-match unbeaten run at home for City between the 2 clubs, and a run which included 2009's memorable 6-1 win when Peter Whittingham opened the scoring and Michael Chopra stole the limelight with 4 goals for himself on the evening.